Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Bridge, the number of tricks a bridge player is willing to contract to make. A request to be present. They came at his bidding. An authoritative direction or instruction to do something. Bridge, the number of tricks a bridge player is willing to contract to make. Propose a payment. Ask someone in a friendly way to do something. A formal proposal to buy at a specified price. An attempt to get something. He made a bid to gain attention. An authoritative direction or instruction to do something. Invoke upon. Bid farewell. Ask for or request earnestly. The prophet bid all people to become good persons. Make a demand, as for a card or a suit or a show of hands. Make a serious effort to attain something. His campaign bid for the attention of the poor population. A request to be present. A writ issued by authority of law usually compels the defendant's attendance in a civil suit. Failure to appear results in a default judgment against the defendant. Call in an official matter, such as to attend court. An order to appear in person at a given place and time. Computer science, a line of code written as part of a computer program. Exercise authoritative control or power over. Look down on. An authoritative direction or instruction to do something. Great skillfulness and knowledge of some subject or activity. A good command of French. Make someone do something. A military unit or region under the control of a single officer. A position of highest authority. The corporation has just undergone a change in command. Availability for use. The materials at the command of the potters grew. Be in command of. The general commanded a huge army. Demand as one's due. This speaker commands a high fee. The power or authority to command. An admiral in command. An authoritative direction or instruction to do something. Matter that has been dictated and transcribed, a dictated passage. He signed and mailed his dictation without bothering to read it. Speech intended for reproduction in writing. Computer science, a line of code written as part of a computer program. A fact or assertion offered as evidence that something is true. A document showing credits and debits. The act of affirming or asserting or stating something. A message that is stated or declared. A communication, oral or written, setting forth particulars or facts, etc. According to his statement, he was in London on that day. A nonverbal message. A Cadillac makes a statement about who you are. Music, the presentation of a musical theme. The initial statement of the sonata. A request, spoken or written, to participate or be present or take part in something. An invitation to lunch. A tempting allurement. She was an invitation to trouble. The use of language to perform some act. Bridge. A bid that is higher than your opponent's bid, especially when your partner has not bid at all and your bid exceeds the value of your hand. A bid that is higher than preceding bids. Bid more than the object is worth. To bid for more tricks than one can expect to win. Bridge. A bid that is higher than your opponent's bid, especially when your partner has not bid at all and your bid exceeds the value of your hand. A high bid that is intended to prevent the opposing players from bidding. A high bid that is intended to prevent the opposing players from bidding. Take the place of or have precedence over. Live broadcast of the presidential debate preempts the regular news hour. Acquire for oneself before others can do so. Gain possession of by prior right or opportunity, especially so as to obtain the right to buy land. Make a preemptive bid in the game of bridge. A high bid that is intended to prevent the opposing players from bidding. Prepared food that is intended to be eaten off of the premises. In England they call takeout food, takeaway. Of or involving food to be taken and eaten off the premises. Takeout pizza. Bridge. A bid that asks your partner to bid another suit. Become smaller or draw together. Enter into a contractual arrangement. Reduce in scope while retaining essential elements. Contract bridge. The highest bid becomes the contract setting the number of tricks that the bidder must make. Make or become more narrow or restricted. A variety of bridge in which the bidder receives points toward game only for the number of tricks he bid. Compress or concentrate. Engage by written agreement. Squeeze or press together. The spasm contracted the muscle. Be stricken by an illness, fall victim to an illness. A binding agreement between two or more persons that is enforceable by law. Make smaller. The heat contracted the woolen garment. A formal public statement. A declaration of independence. Contract bridge. The highest bid becomes the contract setting the number of tricks that the bidder must make. A formal expression by a meeting. Agreed to by a vote. A statement of taxable goods or of dutiable properties. A statement that is emphatic and explicit, spoken or written. Law. Unsworn statement that can be admitted in evidence in a legal transaction. His declaration of innocence. Usually plural. The status or rank or office of a Christian clergyman in an ecclesiastical hierarchy. Assign a rank or rating to. A commercial document used to request someone to supply something in return for payment and providing specifications and quantities. IBM received an order for 100 computers. A group of person living under a religious rule. The Order of Saint Benedict. Give instructions to or direct somebody to do something with authority. She ordered him to do the shopping. Appoint to a clerical posts. Issue commands or orders for. A degree in a continuum of size or quantity. It was on the order of a mile. A condition of regular or proper arrangement. He put his desk in order. A body of rules followed by an assembly. A legally binding command or decision entered on the court record, as if issued by a court or judge. A friend in New Mexico said that the order caused no trouble out there. Arrange thoughts, ideas, temporal events. The act of putting things in a sequential arrangement. There were mistakes in the ordering of items on the list. A formal association of people with similar interests. Men from the fraternal order will staff the soup kitchen today. Logical or comprehensible arrangement of separate elements. We shall consider these questions in the inverse order of their presentation. Bring into conformity with rules or principles or usage. Impose regulations. Architecture. One of original three styles of Greek architecture distinguished by the type of column and entablature used or a style developed from the original three by the Romans. A request for something to be made, supplied, or served. I gave the waiter my order. Biology. Taxonomic group containing one or more families. Bring order to or into. Established customary state, especially of society. Order ruled in the streets. Make a request for something. Order a work stoppage. Often plural, a command given by a superior, e.g., a military or law enforcement officer, that must be obeyed. The British ships dropped anchor and waited for orders from London. Place in a certain order. Order the photos chronologically. Criminal law. A pleading describing some wrong or offense. He was arrested on a charge of larceny. Move quickly and violently. A quantity of explosive to be set off at one time. This cartridge has a powder charge of 50 grains. The quantity of unbalanced electricity in a body, either positive or negative, and construed as an excess or deficiency of electrons. The battery needed a fresh charge. Cause to be agitated, excited, or roused. The speaker charged up the crowd with his inflammatory remarks. Psychoanalysis. The libidinal energy invested in some idea or person or object. Freud thought of cathexis as a psychic analog of an electrical charge. Demand payment. Will I get charged for this service? Direct into a position for use. He charged his weapon at me. Blame for. Make a claim of wrongdoing or misbehavior against. He charged the director with indifference. Request for payment of a debt. They submitted their charges at the end of each month. Cause to be admitted. Of persons to an institution. File a formal charge against. The suspect was charged with murdering his wife. To make a rush at or sudden attack upon, as in battle. Give over to another for care or safekeeping. Provide, a device, with something necessary. Attention and management implying responsibility for safety. A special assignment that is given to a person or group. His charge was deliver a message. Heraldry consisting of a design or image depicted on a shield. A formal statement of a command or injunction to do something. The judge's charge to the jury. Attribute responsibility to. The tragedy was charged to her inexperience. An assertion that someone is guilty of a fault or offense. The newspaper published charges that Jones was guilty of drunken driving. The swift release of a store of effective force. Impose a task upon, assign a responsibility to. He charged her with cleaning up all the files over the weekend. Assign a duty, responsibility or obligation to. She was charged with supervising the creation of a concordance. An impetuous rush toward someone or something. The wrestler's charge carried him past his adversary. A person committed to your care. The teacher led her charges across the street. Cause formation of a net electrical charge in or on. Charge a conductor. Energize a battery by passing a current through it in the direction opposite to discharge. I need to charge my car battery. Enter a certain amount as a charge. He charged me $15. Fill or load to capacity. Charge the wagon with hay. Financial liabilities, such as a tax. The charges against the estate. Instruct a jury about the law, its application, and the weighing of evidence. Instruct or command with authority. The teacher charged the children to memorize the poem. Lie down on command, of hunting dogs. Make an accusatory claim. The defense attorney charged that the jurors were biased. Pay with a credit card. Pay with plastic money. Postpone payment by recording a purchase as a debt. Will you pay cash or charge the purchase? Place a heraldic bearing on. Charge all weapons, shields, and banners. Saturate. The room was charged with tension and anxiety. Set or ask for a certain price. How much do you charge for lunch? The price charged for some article or service. The admission charge. A doctrine that is taught. Something that is commanded. A group of representatives or delegates. An official document issued by a government and conferring on the recipient the rank of an officer in the armed forces. A special group delegated to consider some matter. The act of granting authority to undertake certain functions. The act of committing a crime. A special assignment that is given to a person or group. A formal statement of a command or injunction to do something. A fee for services rendered based on a percentage of an amount received or collected or agreed to be paid, as distinguished from a salary. He works on commission. Charge with a task. Place an order for. Put into commission. Equip for service, of ships. The state of being in good working order and ready for operation. Put the ships into commission. A magical command, used by Ali Baba. Any very successful means of achieving a result. Cancel officially. A contrary command canceling or reversing a previous command. An authoritative command or request. Law. A judicial remedy issued in order to prohibit a party from doing or continuing to do a certain activity. Injunction were formerly obtained by writ but now by a judicial order. A formal command or admonition. The act of setting and holding a course. A new council was installed under the direction of the king. The concentration of attention or energy on something. He had no direction in his life. The act of managing something. Is the direction of the economy a function of government? A line leading to a place or point. He looked the other direction. A formal statement of a command or injunction to do something. Something that provides direction or advice as to a decision or course of action. A message describing how something is to be done. He gave directions faster than she could follow them. A general course along which something has a tendency to develop. I couldn't follow the direction of his thoughts. The spatial relation between something and the course along which it points or moves. He checked the direction and velocity of the wind. The link between two lenses rests on the nose. A denture anchored to teeth on either side of missing teeth. An upper deck where a ship is steered and the captain stands. A structure that allows people or vehicles to cross an obstacle such as a river or canal or railway, etc. A circuit consisting of two branches, four arms arranged in a diamond configuration, across which a meter is connected. Connect or reduce the distance between. Any of various card games based on whist for 4 players. A wooden support that holds the strings up. Crossover on a bridge. Make a bridge across. Bridge a river. Something resembling a bridge in form or function. His letters provided a bridge across the centuries. The hard ridge that forms the upper part of the nose. Her glasses left marks on the bridge of her nose.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.